30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Passing, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Dalton. And able to find Green. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Dalton, 1st and 10. And that's complete. It's Green here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
There's nothing like getting out of the gate and finding your favorite target. Andy Dalton just did that with A.J. Green.
And some people call that a nice fantasy football connection as well.
Yeah, they're piling up the points that way. They want to see that continue.
His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this one through the uprights and good. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Charles, we got a second here to discuss Cincinnati as their offense works their way back out there. Marvin Lewis, many thought on the way out, but now a 2-year extension, and it's 2 straight years without them being in the playoffs after 5 straight in the playoffs. Were you surprised that Marvin Lewis was given the extension?
I actually was, because he was at the end of his contract, and I thought that that was a natural endpoint for he and the Bengals, especially since, as you framed it, back-to-back years without the playoffs, back-to-back years of 7 and 9. But getting the 2-year extension tells me they're ready to rebuild. Retool this team. They've got to get better in the offensive line. They've got to get better skill position players. The defense is going to undergo some more construction now. Got a new defensive.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Getting all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
He still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Man open left side. It's Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And Dez has got it. Dez Bryant for the Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Dalton going deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. David Irving coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. From midfield here, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Andy Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshon Lattimore on defense.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking downfield for Dez. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First down now, but the clock continues to move. A first down carry by Elliott. Got some real estate inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll roll him out right. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And it's caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But and
he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Bailey now to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right around the 26. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Dalton throwing on second down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on fourth down. So they are going for it. Now Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. A second down throw for Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten in the final seconds of the first half. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And this is no good as well. He's missed twice now, and that's the difference in this ball game. Bailey now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they can.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On second down, Prescott again. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
He is going to find Hill here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jeremy Hill, 32 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll send Williams in motion right. On second down, Elliott. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Prescott finding his big receiver Bryant there for a Cowboy first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Going deep here for Bryant. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Elliott a first down and more. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 13. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 22 and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime.
it.
A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Eifert, the man in motion. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard, 45 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Prescott now on second down. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
A second down throw for Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he's got room. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6. It's second down. Dalton looking. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Dalton, 1st and 10. A swing pass caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at him.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 59 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now Prescott, and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sean Lee in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Passing, it's Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he motions the wide receiver. Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. Well, they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up